Let's bring in now retired U.S. Army General George Jolwan, four-star general, former NATO Supreme Commander. And General Jolwan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And let's start out. Put yourself in General McChrystal's shoes this morning. If you want to keep your job, what do you have to say when you walk into the Oval Office today?
Well, first, he has to be, I think, apologetic for his behavior. It was immature, irresponsible, and unprofessional. And secondly, I would say he should go in there with a letter of resignation. Be prepared to say, I screwed it up. It was not professional on my part, and be prepared to accept the consequences. Whether the president accepts that or not, it's up to the president as commander-in-chief and as he blends in the article as well as the mission ahead.
Well, let's turn that around then. Put yourself in the president's shoes. What should he ask the general, and what does he need to hear?
He needs to assure himself that he still has confidence in this commander. Can this commander, after all, President Obama has really bet his reputation on the war in Afghanistan. Does he have confidence in this general to really put together not just the forces on the ground, but the team? That includes the ambassador, that includes the White House, that includes the Pentagon, the Congress, all of that. Can this general have the maturity to bring that together? That, to me, is the key question.
And what do you think, based on what you've read?
What I've read and what I've talked to folks about, it's going to be difficult. But that's what I think the president wants to have this face-to-face, one-to-one on. I think president's got to make it very clear that this sort of behavior, this immaturity that he displayed in the article, you cannot have that in your frontline commander. He has to realize that what he's working for, there's a fight going on in Washington as well as NATO and other capitals of the world of political will to carry out the mission. And he has got to build on that, not tear it down.
And I guess the counter argument is that we are in the middle of a tough conflict right now. General McChrystal has the most experience. He did develop this policy. The president chose the strategy that General McChrystal outlined, and that you'd lose a lot if you lost an experienced general in the middle of this offensive.
Well, George, no one is irreplaceable. I mean, we all have to come to that understanding in our careers. No one is irreplaceable. And those individuals you mentioned earlier can step in. Whether they would do as good a job or not, that's debatable. But the key is, does the president have the confidence in this general to carry out the strategy that's been approved? That's going to be key, not just to say he's the one that drew it up, therefore he needs to stay. This immaturity that was displayed concerns many of us, including me. Does he have the professionalism to carry it on?
We only have a few seconds left. Bottom line, do you think the president should keep General McChrystal?
If it goes to mission, probably yes. But I would keep that resignation letter in the top right drawer and say you're ready to pull it out if it happens again.
Thank you very much for that, General.